Today I'm going to be reviewing this Devaso Nintendo Switch carrying case that was recently sent to me by the brand. This is going to be one that is designed to be waterproof, which I'll be pouring some water over it, testing that out here in a few minutes. For that, this is also going to be a pretty large case, so I will give you the measurements on it. First of all, I just want to kind of open up, show you what it looks like inside. So when you first receive it, this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to kind of have to like take out or punch out the spots for the different things and then take that out of here. So it is going to just kind of pull right out of there. So it is going to be like included with the foam. So you're just going to pull it out. That's going to be for the controller, for the Switch case, etc. So you're quite literally just going to have to reach in and pull it out. Now it does have spots for Switch cartridges. So that's going to be these here. It does not have a spot for the actual case. So if you prefer to carry the case, there's no place for that with this one. So that is important to note. Again, you're just going to kind of have to pull out the foam for each of these. And if you're not going to be using all of these, you can leave the foam in just to provide some extra protection for that. This is going to be the spot. Pull that out there. So you got a spot for controller. This is going to be for this little guy here. So for your Switch, you can see it's going to fit right down in there. So that's going to be for like your Switch grip. This one is going to be trying to figure this out. Controller here, these are going to be for your handles. This is going to be for your Switch itself. So that's just going to slide right down into there. This is going to be for your Switch dock, I believe. So that just kind of slides right in there as well. I've got a controller. I do have a Pro controller as well, but it's charging. So your controller, whether it's a Pro or whether it's, a different one, like this light up one that I've got, that's going to slide right down into here. And then you have this spot here. This can fit your grip. So that can go right down in there. Could go probably like this as well. I'm not sure which way is better. That just kind of fits right inside of here. These are going to be for the wristbands for your Switch. And then I'm just going to pull one of these cartridges out of here. Oh, that one's probably actively in the Switch. There we go. And then these are just going to kind of slide right down into those slots like that. Then you're just going to take and it's going to easily close right up like so, and then you are ready to go and carry. So it does provide a ton of protection for your Nintendo Switch. Now, size is an issue. This is going to be a relatively large case. It's designed to protect your Switch from virtually everything. So again, it's designed to be waterproof, which I will be testing out, designed to be, drop proof, all those sorts of things. So because of that, it is going to be a much heftier box. So this is going to be like if you're traveling a long distance, maybe you're storing your Switch for a move or something like that, and you're worried about it getting broken, getting dropped, those sorts of things. This is going to be a great option for that. Now, I did want to go and measure the actual dimensions on the Switch case just so you know exactly what you're looking at before I do that waterproof test. So let me grab a tape measure. So actual dimensions on this, your width or your depth from front to back is going to be right at 10 inches. Your height, so this is just going to be from top to bottom, it's going to be right around 5.5 inches. And then your length on this, again, I'm measuring the longest portion, is going to be about 13.5 inches. Now, the way it's designed, your length is going to cut off, at the very bottom. It's not going to be as long or as wide. So you're only talking 12 inches on the bottom, about 7.75 or so on there. But then the top is going to be larger. So let me go ahead and get some water and we'll test out how waterproof this actually is. So I don't have any containers or anything big enough to put this into. I tried the sink and I just made an absolute mess. So I've got a piece of paper in here and I am outside. I'm just going to be hosing it down. I'm essentially going to be trying to hose it in from all of the sides, see if I can get any water inside, see if this paper does get wet or how waterproof this is when you're talking like splashing, spraying, that sort of a deal. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. Again, I'm going to latch both of those and then I've got the hose right there. So let's go ahead and get it wet. Now, waterproof is probably different than splash proof or spray proof, but I am going to be putting a lot of water all over this thing here. So I'm going to be doing all 4 of the sides. Again, I don't really have a way to submerge it, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it all of the way around. Water on top, in the sides. Let's go ahead and turn it upside down as well. I'm getting myself all wet here too. Going to go ahead and put it all around there. So the hinges, I'm guessing they're going to be the spots where it might not be the most waterproof. We're getting it all wet. Now, let me shut off the water and we'll see if it's dry inside. So I haven't moved it at all. So I'm just going to take it and flip it over. You can see the water coming off of it. Obviously, I got a lot of dirt on the outside. So let's open this up and see. And we are dry-ish. Okay, so the paper is going to be dry. I do have some water here. I'm guessing that's from when I opened it, just because it kind of like came over. I'm not showing any water at all on the paper or inside of here where the foam is at. Again, I'm seeing a little bit of water here on the outside, and that's going to be on the outside of this seal. The only spot where I'm seeing on the inside is right inside here, and I believe that's from opening it when it just kind of drips in right there. So if you do end up, submerging this, whatever the case might be, you'll want to try and dry it off on the outside first. But as you can see, this paper is still 100% dry, and there's no water inside of there. So it is going to be waterproof. Only downside of this is just going to be its massive size. So you can fit a variety of different things in regards to controllers, in regards to buttons, in regards to the wrist wraps, all of those sorts of things will easily fit inside of here. But since it's designed to protect from drops, from water, etc., it is going to be a larger case. So just something to keep in mind when you're purchasing this item.